Right, this video is about fitting mud flaps on a 1 Series E87 BMW. These are the front ones, ended in part number 650, and these are the rear ones, ending in BMW part number 318. The car is a 1 Series 2 litre diesel. It's not a M Sport, which I've been told you cannot fit mud flaps to. These are the front ones. They've got a sort of sticky substance with a tape over it, which I believe you must peel the tape off just prior to fitting, and they also come with their own little fitting kit of clips and plugs, so it'll be interesting to see how they go on. It looks like there's a hole there, hole there, hole there, and hole there. And the mud flaps also have drain holes in them. They look quite well made. They ought to be a genuine BMW. Right, the mud flap's quite a tight fit. It looks like you're going to have to take that little peg there out and that little peg there out. When it goes on, it also looks like you're going to have to drill a hole for it to mount there, and underneath you're going to have to take that screw out there, and that then screws onto that there. Right, in the little kit you get these two big ones. I believe they might be for going through the bottom, but we've got screw-in ones on ours, so I think we can reuse them, so I don't know if I'm going to need them. These two shorter ones, which are shorter than them ones, I think they're for hair and hair, and then the longer one is for when you have to drill a hole for that one and then go into the other bit of plastic. There's only two of them, so there's four of them, two per mud flap, one of them. These ones I'm still not sure about. I'm now going to unscrew the bit from underneath them, see how that works. Right, the one underneath is a T30, and that just unscrews. Right, the only way to get that little pin, which is shown here, which is now inside that one there, is that you have to tap it through with something. Now the only thing I could find was a broken drill bit roughly the same diameter as the pin, so basically I'm going to tap them and that pin will go through into the wing. I think you lose it, but you might be able to find it when you pop the plastic off, but I doubt it. That's why they give you new ones, so you can just tap them in. So that's what I'm now going to do. As you may well know, see, I've now tapped that pin in, so what I now need to do is lever that out with a screwdriver. So you can see the first bottom one is out, and I'm now pulling the top one out. The next thing to do is peel that plastic off. It reveals the sticky stuff inside the mud flap, which is going to make a seal onto the wing. Right, this is the mud flap all fitted. Let's put the wheel back on. Right, these are the rear ones. Obviously they're different shape, but they've got the same principle. They've got some tape in there to be removed. Hole there, hole there, hole there. Obviously nothing at the top. And you get 3 screws per mud flap and a little bracket which must flick round something. We'll have to figure out where that goes. Right, what there is a little 8mm headed self-tapping screw that comes out from there, and I figured out where the little metal clip goes. It goes in that hole there to give the self-tapper something to go into. The only thing I've found is that if you look at that now, I'm going to have to cut some of that away to fit that, because this is if I clip that on, that'd only come to there, and it looks like it won't come to there, so it looks like I might need to cut some of that away. As for the top part of the bump, it doesn't seem to have cleaned it with some cleaner, because it's got a stick. It's all got all sorts of that black stuff inside, seems to glue it on. We'll have to see how that works out. There's also another screw right underneath the bumper which needs to be removed. Right, when it comes to doing the off side, the driver's side, you might come up against this like this, and what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to drill a hole into this inner mud flap, and then I'm going to insert this, cut a groove, cut a slot and slip that in. You'll see what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut a little slot with a Stanley knife, but first I'm going to drill the hole. So when I had the mud flap on a minute ago, that was just a dry one, but I've now drilled the hole, which you can now see there. Now I need to mark it out and cut for the clip. Right, what I've now done is I've cut a little slot. It's only about 10 or 15mm long, in the right place. Just I've measured the distance between the hole and where I want the slot. So I'm now going to fix the bracket in. Right, now we have my little self-tapping clip located into that rear trim. Right, that is all in place. All the screws are in. As you can now see, it's all finished with mud flaps on.